nurse. Morning, Doctor. I didn't have a chance to thank you about yesterday, Dr. Warner.
What for?
Well, you managed to avoid highlighting the major faults of the hospital. I appreciate it couldn't have been easy for you. You were up against it, but you kept off the danger points, and I'm very grateful to you.
That's all right, Mr. Boss. Excuse me. Mr. Elliot, what chance have I got of the judge believing me?
50-50.
Well, you're not committing yourself, eh?
No.
Well, what's he like, the judge?
Justice Waddington? Well, he plays golf badly, plays bridge rather well. He's an old-fashioned gent when it comes to the ladies. He hates dogs, but he adores children. He's also a very fair man.
I see.
Silence in court.
And just how fair we're soon to discover.
Simpson versus Rudkin Hospital Management Board. Part heard.
This has been a most difficult case over which to preside, and I am indebted to both counsels for their crisp and helpful presentation of the facts. All the witnesses that appeared before me, both for plaintiff and defendants, helped to clarify the often complex situation which is involved when the workings of a general hospital come under scrutiny. Dr. Sissons firmly stated that his opinion was that at no time should a casualty be permitted to remain alone until the examination is completed. He gave us valid and understandable reasons why such patients should be thus treated. I was impressed by these precautions. Subsequently, we heard the doctor who performed the examination on the deceased describe the hectic conditions prevailing in the accident department of the Rudkin General Hospital at the time of the examination. These conditions were corroborated by Nurse Dowling, who introduced a new element into the hearing, that of an ill-judged and hasty remark made by the doctor, Dr. Warner. The nature of this remark was such that, had the patient overheard it, he might have taken the words uttered in their literal sense and considered himself officially discharged from the hospital. Now, let me dwell here a moment. Dr. Warner states he made his remark in anger, that he did not mean it literally for the patient to be told to go and find another hospital. He also states that he was at a distance from the patient, and that he did not raise his voice to Nurse Dowling as he made it. I have studied the ground plan of the particular area of the building where the words were uttered. I have come to the conclusion that both Dr. Warner and Nurse Dowling are honest, truthful witnesses. Although I detect in Dr. Warner a certain impatience, a readiness to lose his temper, I must confess that doctors should be allowed the privileges given to other mortals, and should be permitted to show resentment when things around them go wrong through no fault of their own. I therefore conclude that both Dr. Warner and Nurse Dowling are in no way responsible for the events leading up to the death of Mr. Simpson. The question I am required then to resolve is, should the hospital authorities have provided a system which guaranteed Mr. Simpson could not have left the accident department before the conclusion of his examination? Evidence has been given that Mr. Simpson was an energetic and ambitious man with a busy professional life. He was clearly an impatient man. But that in itself does not absolve the hospital from a duty of care. I am not unaware of what has been said about the gap between accepted procedure and that which is practical, given the present state of the overworked condition of the accident departments in all hospitals. Indeed, I am most sympathetic to these matters. But in this case, we have a man with a head injury, a wound to a most complex and vital part of the human body. A man who has demonstrated a likelihood that he might get up, leave the restroom, the accident department, and the building. I am aware, too, that I am criticizing a system which, by virtue of the stresses of modern life, has become inadequate through no fault of its own. Yet an investigation into the reasons for its inadequacies is, unfortunately, not within the function of this court. I therefore find the Management Committee of Rudkin General Hospital guilty of negligence in this case and award the agreed sum of damages to the plaintiff.
Well done.
Thanks, James. I'm delighted to see I was wrong about Melod's view of your young doc. I just hope no one takes it out on him.
I shouldn't think so.
Mr. Elliot, thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Now, James, you're always going on a match of tonsils. Now's the time to arrange some quick treatment.
Anytime. Bye, Mr. Elliot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What can I say? Thank you.
It was the court that decided, madam. I am merely an instrument.
I'm still very grateful.
You've gone quite red, Jonathan.
Keep your junior quiet, James, till he's spoken to. Yes. Rather a nice wedding present for him.
How's young Jones coming up?
Derek? Fine. I'm trying to work on his missionary zeal.
What for? I thought he had enough of that.
Exactly. I'm trying to make him lose it. I jest, of course. I suppose I must have been like that once.
Like what?
Involved.
Can't remember, Jonathan. It's much too long ago.